women are almost a footnote at the end,
Right.
which is a reflection of the marginalisation of women as athletes of calibre, as full-time professionals, other than, say, in tennis and golf.
Women's football, part of the problem with that and its history is that it has been fairly discontinuous. That is, 1920s, for example, games played by women in Melbourne, but they only last for a season or two, or even a game or two, and then they stop. And then, 10, 20 years later, another set of players start to play the game, and they stop. And then, and so on, until 1981 with the formation of the Victorian Women's Football League.
But if you've got ambitions to get good enough to attract sponsors and attract people through the gate, well, you've got to put on a product. I hate using that word in sport, but you've got to put on a spectacle that attracts them. And if you don't, it's not the people who won't come is fault, it's the fault of the attraction.
Women and football. Seldom have the two words been used in the same sentence. Now women can't get their hands off the football, and they're getting better and better. This is a story of one season, 1 year in the life of a women's team playing Australian rules football. It's also the story of the representatives squad, made up of 5 of the 7 teams competing in the city of Canberra. The Ainslie women's team won the grand final in 2001. Will they win again this year when teams like Belconnen, Eastlake and Tuggeranong have improved so greatly this season?
Just 16 or so?
No, 18. Sarah should be here shortly.
Get out again. Don't hang around in there. Because otherwise we're going to find ourselves in a situation where we're going to have a million sitting in the goal square and not a hope in hell of kicking in. Okay? Back line, be aware, these guys have now worked out a trick of they just drop someone back. So it means the back line has to make sure they stay on their opponent and don't be sucked down into the forward line. If they go right down past into that 50-metre area, you just back out a kick. Dipper, Al and Chick are going to be running in the ruck. Chick... Twice she got a good, really bloody good pass and she made use of it. But then we made a stuff up by leading into the pocket. Let's make sure we don't lead into pockets. ball. Let's see if you can get underneath and take these wonderful screamers off the ground and then slide 10 metres. Hey, you're not going to get hurt, I can tell you that now. The ground's not that hard and it's not still nice and wet. Okay, so let's have a go. Let's get fair dinkum. I don't want any fancy kicking. I just want long kicks. Bridget, don't go for the low short ones because they drop to someone.
That was supposed to be a goal.
That's all right. I don't want them kicked low when you're hitting into the goals because they are dropping at someone's back.
No, she came off the
Heather, come on, run across. Heather, get numbers.
I really like it that it's a team sport and the fact that you have so many other girls that play. I mean, when I've played basketball before, you have sort of 7 or 8 girls on the team and that's it, whereas here you have 27 or 28 girls, so you've got a lot more variety in the people that you meet.
It struck me as really amazing that 20 people can work together and tactics and be involved and kind of sing to the same sheet of music. And I also like the fitness because running from one end to the other end takes a lot out of you. So
it's like no other sport in that you don't only make sure that you don't give your teammate the ball when they're going to, like a hospital pass. It's not only that, but after you've passed to them, you can also take out the opponents and protect your mate that way. I love that.
It's so addictive. Like, you wake up on footy morning and your stomach's full of butterflies and you're so nervous and you're so excited and you get there and you put your boots on and the sound of all the boots going out on the field. And there's no other sport in the world that you can just feel so excited and nervous and scared and longing all at the same time. It's so passionate. It's just unbelievable. So that's the feeling that you get hooked on. When you walk out on the field, you just can't give it up once you've done that.
Okay, well, I remember my first game. I ran onto the field. None of us knew how to play, and that means no one, even the other girls. Yeah. I think it was like one of the first years I was in the ACT. Yeah. And the ball was on the ground. I dived over the ball. I don't know if this is appropriate, but someone else from the other team gave me a huge wedgie. That was like in my first 5 minutes of playing AFL. I just went, oh my God, what is this shit?
Oh, when we first began, it was a half oval, 9-a-side game, and we played at about 7 o'clock on a Wednesday night in the middle of winter. So we've progressed to playing full oval with 18 normal rules, and on a weekend, which it's been a big development in ACT football.
Right, just getting the habit of it. There you go, Lawrence. It's okay.
You got it.
Keep coming through. Okay? When you're ready. Good. Up here.
Yeah.
Stay wide low. Ready, go. 3, 2, 1, go. 3, 2, 1, back.
I think that last year we were just like very, very close and very, very social, and this year, because we won a grand final and because last year we just dominated, there was absolutely really no competition to us. It was just, we just had a ball and stuff, and we just sort of, you know, knew each other and that. And this year I find that because not so many people have been training and stuff like that, it's really not as, we're probably more social than a lot of teams, and we have a lot of fun when we're together, and we do all go out, but it generally is the same girls who go out and stuff.
A little bit, and I think Shane's the biggest problem there in terms of the team, because I think he looks at it as if the team is the last year's team, and that we should win, whereas 75% of the girls are new this year, and so that's a big difference in a team, and there's probably a little bit more expectation on us to win because we won last year, even though the team's changed quite a bit. So, yeah, I mean, the pressure's there, and I mean, I'd like to win another premiership because, you know, that's the be-all and end-all of the whole season, really. But, yeah, I don't know how we'll go.
It's a bit of a mixture. I tend to follow a bit of the Kevin Sheedy style of trying new things and do something different, but I also use the style of Pagan from the Kangaroos, and I like open football, and you move it very quickly into the open areas, and using the Pagan paddock style of things. As far as getting on with the players, a bit of a mixture of mentor-friend style of thing. There are times when you've got to be a mentor, there's times when you've got to be a friend, and there's sometimes you've got to be a mongrel, whether you like it or not.
Oh, bloody voices! Come on, guys! We're supposed to be a team, not a bloody set of mimes. Come on! Introduce yourself. Hey, I'm going to give it to you. Hey, I want it! Yeah, go against the Dixon South Australians and you'll be handing it off to them because I know who you are. And I say, hey, Jenny, hand it over. Bang, there it gone. Hey! Hit it hard, hit it hard, hit it hard.
Still there. Kim, drop it, Kim.
Just put it down, yep.
Get in front of the ball, Carly, I'm here.
Yep. Hit it hard, Carly. Yep.
Just Jen.
Good.
Get in front of it, Leish, get in front of it. Yep, that.
So you get, yeah, put it down, just put it down straight away. Now we'll do exactly the same thing and so will the South Australian. So, we've got to make sure we get in there, and I'll guarantee, looking at the way the Northern Territory team, or the Northern Kites as they call themselves, are set up, we're going to have a lot of girls from there that they're just going to charge through.
But I hate the winter, I hate it. Yet I will still be keen to go out on a 0-degree night and train because it's enjoyable.
Great work, Mel.
Just remind me, don't get angry at me, okay? I don't know.
That is so true. Ainslie Football Club, we get nothing. We won last year. I mean, we still have to pay to play. I'm like going, how much does that club make? I didn't play because I want them to pay me, but I'm like going, why should we have to pay to play for them? We won money for them. And then it's like, each week, you know, we get awards. We don't get anything from Ainslie Football Club. They're a club. Can't they give us something? And the boys, you know, they have all that training room and training equipment, and they get to train on the oval with the lights. We have to go to Reed and train on that shit-ass oval with lights that are blind you and stuff. In fact, that really annoys me about Ainslie.
My chest high. Can you answer my question?
What's that?
My chest high or their chest high?
Yeah, chest high. Yeah, chest high. Oh, no, your chest is still not that high. There's no way. You've got to lose the grandeur. You've got to lose the grandeur, Alison. Supposedly. Your chest is not that high, mate. Good voice. Good voice. Let's go, let's go. You're in him. Good. Yep. Okay, let's go. Good call. Good on, Ryan. Sit. Right in. Right in. Here we are. Here we are. Chest high, chest high, chest high, chest high. Good. Just about all of them. So why in the hell do we persist on doing it when we know that our success to our game is our long kicking game? Stop playing your own game and start playing the team game. Okay.
Go Ainsley, it's our game.
That's our game, isn't it, Ainsley? It's our game?
Come on, girls.
Into the deck, right? They've run out of steam. Simple as that.
We've lifted.
Self-belief. Self-belief is
Come on, girls, don't you want it?
We want this game, don't we?
Yeah.
Come on, do we want this game?
Yes!
Okay.
Kind of brought me into it, and basically my friend from our netball side was folding, and we both kind of said, oh, we've got to do something where we need to, it gets us out to make us run around at least once a week.
It was so good.
It's so hard.
We could tackle and stuff. Like, the first game I was just laughing the whole time because girls in front of me were just going for it.
Yeah, and we've both got brothers and no sisters, and it was just...
You should have seen his face then when I saw two girls go.
It's like, I played AFL because I've never played a sport that involved my feet before, so I thought that it'd be a challenge, and I know it's a lot of takes a lot to be a football player, as in physical strength and being able to be fit. I mainly did it for the fitness and the challenge.
See, Brooke Wymark has just turned up on the scene for us too, and she's played well in all the games that she's played.
But she also hasn't been
Yeah, but she works and she's got touch on Wednesday. And that's the thing.
Not everyone has to love each other for position, but that's why I'm asking it, because I'm not going to forcefully think, I want to see what you think.
I can see your point that you have to have a good range from all the clubs, but you will put a lot of people offside that do have the skill level the same as her that have turned up to just as many trainings.
If you look at Sue's Gillies now, I doubt they've missed one or two.
Yeah. I've got issues with Gillies as well. We're just
12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
For their patience, and thank you for everybody for coming. Tim Gable's my name from ABC Radio, and it's certainly an honour to be your MC today for the launch of the Canberra Currency as they prepare for this weekend's national titles in Sydney.
But we really are pleased to be able to get behind this team. They're a wonderful team. I have no doubt that with the experience of coming third in the last 2 years, they will come back for the victory dinner which we are going to hold at the Belconnen Labour Club early in August.
I think the general opinion of the people that are going is that this is a much better team this year. We certainly do have the speed, we have our back line in place, we've got a good rucking combination. And I think, we may not beat the Victorians, but then again we might just give them a shove and a shunt enough to actually knock them over.
Oh, no.
brushes.
It's a tiny little package.
What size is that?
They're large. They're huge. No box. No workbench. They look much nicer than they're cute.
Games of seven players in the club in this day. Okay, so don't be freaked out if you get put somewhere you don't expect. But if you have questions or you really don't want to play somewhere, say something.
Breakfast is being served as provided at 7 o'clock in the morning, so breakfast is between 7 and 8, so we're not early riser. But on
Half time, he pretty much drowned me out. He was really ropeable because they lost the plot.
I've noticed the number of you are taking restricted substances. As far as we know, there is no mandatory reporting at this event and there's no drug testing. But if you're taking anything out of the ordinary, please let me know. It's a national event.
Welcome all competing teams to Sydney, New South Wales.
This national competition will now and in years to come let them know that they can be proud of their talents and succeed. This is a wonderful event. It shows that women do play footy, that they can play footy, even in some of the traditional rugby states, and that they are very, very good at it. We all...
Ron Barassi to officially open.
Thank you. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great pleasure to be here under these circumstances, to be what am I? A patron. Is that a patron saint? No, it couldn't be saint in my case because I started with the demons.
I wasn't surprised because I saw New South Wales in their game before that, and they looked like a pretty good squad. So yeah, I expected they'd give us a good game. And actually, I thought the girls, the first 5 minutes, they were a bit rusty, but they really put in after that. And it was probably our game to lose, and we lost it. But yeah, I think we played excited. We lost it in the first 5 minutes and stuff, and that we played pretty good footy. And they just jagged like a goal towards the end.
I'll go first. It was a pretty good start considering we haven't ever played together. Yeah, and it was a very close score. I think if it had gone another 10 minutes, we would have won for sure. I think we were just starting to get on a roll and we had plenty of opportunities, but just couldn't quite convert at the end.
You could tell they were worried because they just clogged the whole back line up. It was just like
they had the fullbacks
even down there. Yeah. So.
From AFL Queensland.
Donna Glenhill from WA.
Sarah Mason from WA.
Anita Lowes from NT.
Karen Lewis from NT.
I'm Danny Watts from the IDF.
Kim Beaslane from the IDF.
Shane Gnaden, ACT.
Melissa Culver, ACT.
Nikki Graves, Victoria.
Lisa Pye, Victoria. Ben Andrews, New South Wales.
Anne Edwards, National Championship.
Yes.
Well, it's not. It's just so that we don't lose. I guess the hard work that all the women have put in over the last 20 odd years. Sure. You don't want to lose that identity and just be soaked up by, by the all-conquering, I guess Australian Football League or, what's perceived. Everyone keeps calling it Women's AFL, but the AFL is a brand.
My personal view is that they need to sort of piggyback a little bit on their male counterparts. I know there's an argument that men and women should just go their separate ways, and there is a danger that women being in the same domain as men is that they're going to be trivialised and their standard of play, shall we say, considered inferior.
I know Kevin Sheedy from the AFL, for example, has suggested that every AFL club should have an affiliated women's club and that perhaps they should be playing some of the curtain raisers to some of the AFL games. Now I think that's good for profile. It's good to get women's football exposed to a broader public, and that has some positive advantages to it. But I think women need to be careful. Women administrators need to be careful that they don't lose their control over the game and feel that they're not controlling the game in the way that they do.
But there's still the need for the venues. There's still the need for the uniforms. There's still the need to pay the umpires, to pay the affiliation fees, so that the competition that you're in can function. Those all become a burden on individual players, and individual players who don't have any external support. That always makes it a struggle to get going. And generally, sporting teams will get support, but after they've achieved something as well, so it's chicken and egg to some extent. So if there is a group of young women who want to set up an Aussie Rules team, then they're looking for a home. They're looking for a club that take them under their wing, to provide them with the first of all, regular access to the training facility, and then somewhere to meet, somewhere to socialise, and hopefully some umbrella that will provide them with the resources they need in terms of, because in the lower grades of any sport, it gets down to bring your own football, who supplies the football, who provides the umpire, who runs the line, or runs the boundary, or does the goal umpiring. All of those things become incumbent upon the team themselves until you get going, and later on you get going, you can actually build a support team, and the players just play. But that generally gets to the stage when you're playing in a well-structured competition.
Well, I guess, it's taken us a long time to get where we have, and it's only the last couple of years where we're actually starting to make real progress through sponsorship, funding and media. So, I think someone like Northern Territory, I think they're, if we had started at the same time, they're way ahead of us. So I think their development is quite, quicker than what we have. We've been around for a long time, and we're only starting to turn the page, whereas they're nearly up to us almost. Maybe not in skill, but in support, definitely.
if sport was being organised now, today, invented today, women would have pretty much an equal part to what men do. What transpired, of course, in the second half of the 19th century is sport was codified, invented, organised on a regional basis by men, for men, in the interests of men. On that basis, women were, from the outset, given a pretty marginal place. So it's all to do really with the history of sport itself, why women find themselves very much considered to be on the outer.
Do you think women will eventually make a living out of playing footy?
No. No. Well, you look at sports like that are professional, you know. You look at netball, they get paid, but not to the extent. You look at tennis, the females, in comparison to the males, I don't think they get the same amount of money. That's just the way sport works, unfortunately. I mean, I don't think it's necessarily right. The golfers don't get the same as the guys. So, I mean, we're a long way off. You know, we're right at the bottom scale. You look at professional weightlifters and just the media that they get, the coverage is just, none. So, really money comes with media and sponsorship and how big you can sell your sport.
From the ACT, Bridget Starr. And Alice Broughton, all Australian.
15 seconds of that, stop, 15 seconds to do 4. Right? Go. Just running on the spot, 15 is right. Very slow.
Kick that knee. I need some underwires with this.
We used the East Lake bus to go to
Sydney for nothing. We got it free, but that was a bucket.
It broke down, didn't it?
I wasn't lucky enough to.
Yeah, it was just shit.
Was it? I thought we were stuck on 30.
It took us 6.5 hours to get to Sydney from Canberra because it didn't go over 80.
Oh,
and it wasn't even sealed properly, so we all got hypothermia because there was no heaters, and it was just like windows wouldn't shut, and it was just freezing.
Shivers.
My family was a bit, you're playing AFL, you're a rugby league girl, what are you doing? I just went to sport, but no, my brother really loves it.
Okay.
They love watching me play, so yeah, it's pretty good.
What did your dad say?
My dad couldn't believe I was playing poofball because he's a rugby league man, and we've never watched AFL, we never grew up with it, anything like that.
Have they accepted it now? Like?
Oh yeah, they love it, absolutely love it. I
don't like losing. No, I don't think so. If you get a decent umpire and a really good, everyone's got good sportsmanship and good, respect for each other, and you have a clean and tough game, then it's really good. Yeah.
But I think if you haven't played it, you don't get it. Right. You can't understand just how much you can love this game. Okay. So they still think I'm an idiot. My mum's like, don't play anymore, you're going to get hurt.
Yeah. Our team seems pretty serious, except for then if we go to training, no one's serious. Like, everyone says we need to have more training or, better training. But when we actually get to training, everyone talks a lot. You've been there.
Yeah.
And Shane will go, okay, the next drill's ready, and it'll take us 5 minutes to start the next drill. Like, I like to go to training and do training.
Yeah.
if we were going to be, if Women's Aussie Rules was going to be on TV, we would probably be going in there with netball skirts and crop tops, and then we'd get coverage. Yeah. Whereas the guys can get away with it. Guys have got a lot more good promotion on their skills as a sports player than 20 girls running around on a footy field. I think that's going to be the major hurdle. Like lots of other women's sports, that the focus isn't on their sporting, their sporting careers.
When you see the guys play, and they're amazing. They can jump in the air, they take speckies, they hit hard, and they do these great kicks, and that's great. They should get all the coverage. I think it's really nice, actually, that like a lot of women get coverage now in footy and other sports. It's not something I expect to happen. It's actually kind of a bonus. It's like, oh, cool. So I think it's just because I'm a bit older, and I came from the generation where it was a total difference. You never saw, apart from tennis, there was no women's sport on television ever.
Unfortunately, that's the way the media has treated women in the past. They've been looked on as sex symbols, and you look at the movie industry in Hollywood, same sort of thing. They're treated the same way, but they're not treated as if they're sports people in their own right.
Maybe not so much that there was good-looking girls, but just that there were girls, because I don't think a lot of the time people think women playing football, oh yeah, they're all short hair, they're all big girls, they'd all be, real butch or whatever, and that's not the case for the majority of girls, especially probably in AFLs.
I don't know if I can say this, but the one thing that does go along with it is that people assume that you're gay. Really? That's a big thing. Okay. And people just stereotype. You play football and you've got short hair. You must be. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but it's an assumption people automatically make.
It's a myth. Kind of.
Yeah, absolutely. And I guess, I don't know, I haven't really, most people just go, wow, that is excellent. Like, I've never had anyone really say it's for boys or anything like that. Like,
I don't mind if people think, I don't care if people say I'm a lesbian or whatever, but I don't like when people say, like, I don't like the attitude of being butch. Right. Because I don't think I'm butch, and I don't think many people on our team are butch either.
No.
Yeah, I think we're all big fat dykes. Right. I really do. And they look at us and go, but you girls, and you've got fingernails and long hair, and it's like we are all, especially at Ainslie, we are so good looking at our team. No, we've got so many girly girls.
Right.
You only have to go to a men's match and listen to what happens. So there's just not that personal abuse that tends to happen on a men's footy field. It's just more basically getting the footy and making everyone earn it around you that gets it. So it's, and things get fiery. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're male or female. Someone steps on your head, you're not happy.
I mean, I don't often hassle, because this is a difference, right? If you hassle a girl, she'll take it personally, whereas the men can hassle, and then the minute they're off the field, that's it. Okay. I find.
Have you been hassled?
The other week I was committed to a tackle, then she got rid of the ball, and so I just kind of stopped myself on her back. She lost it. She called me a complete bitch for pushing her in the back, and I'm like going, it's just a game. I didn't hurt you. I don't know. So in that respect, you can't have the same kind of, I don't know what the word is, contest on the field or something, because women seem to, being very general, take it a bit more personally.
We've grown up in a society where men are naturally bigger and faster in a lot of cases just because of the way they're built. And I guess there's this assumption that, oh, well, then that'll be more exciting to watch. Whereas I think that people don't realise that in women's sports it's different. It's not that it's less interesting to watch. It's just you've got to think of other ways to enjoy it. Yeah. Like I know that with men's, when you go and watch men's football, they jump so high and they're so a little bit faster and a little bit stronger, and seem to be able to be hit. Like, a lot of people like the violence in sport as well. Like when you go see guys hitting each other, and it always seems to be slightly more exciting. That doesn't happen so much in women's sport, and maybe that's just because people are more interested in watching those areas, or they're more used to seeing men play.
Well, like I was saying before, with the assumptions that you make, that's something there straight away, that if you play footy, you must be butch, you must be rough, and it's, you must be a bit you know, and it's so not like that. That's the thing. Teams are so diverse. You've got people with, you know, rocket science degrees, and you've got people that are still in school, you know, that sort of stuff. So there's no way you can put anybody into a box that plays, but a lot of people tend to do that. I think in a way it still focuses on how women look, because I know that sometimes when I invite people to watch, the first thing that guys say is, do you wear the short shorts? I'm sure they're only joking, but in a way they're not. And you think every time women's sport, you know, wants to raise money, they do a new calendar. I mean, that in itself says something.
We're bitching to each other saying, do this, do that, you've got to talk through that. I can't hear any encouragement out there. I can't hear anyone saying, good job, keep going, make sure you do this, okay? Stop bitching amongst yourselves, enjoy the game, and support each other instead of yelling at each other. I've got one thing to say. You should be down the back line, there's plenty of good works going on down there. Where's the greed for the ball? Where's the hunger? Let's use our heads, girls. We've got to get the ball. Look, source yourself up against your partner and have a look at it and say, I'm going to win the ball every time. That's what we should do. We've got to win the ball, not let them get it and then tackle them. We want to get the ball, they foul us, we get a free kick. Let's be freaking hungry for the ball. That's how we're going to win. With 3 points up playing the way we play. I'm not saying it's bad, but we're not playing smart football. Let's lift it up because we can. Let's do it. Yeah, all right. Yeah. Come on, girls. We can do it. Right. First to the ball every time. We can do it. Exactly. Freaking shepherd them out off the ball completely. Get rid of them. Yeah, let them get a few. Full stop, guys. Look after each other. Girls, but let's keep playing this game like it's your last game of footy. Put in everything you got. Run the extra yard, even when you're tired. We'll let them get a few easy marks, girls. We've got to man up. They're getting some easy kicks.
Bit of hush, bit of hush. We will keep running wide. Why? Because they don't have running.
Yeah.
Alright? Another thing that's happening is that when we finally get someone on the defensive side to handball to, it's worked every bloody time.
Yep.
It's worked every time.
Yep.
Every time we run straight at the ball and we just keep going, we take it away as well. Caught yourself. It is mine, and you just go.
I'm in. Stay out.
Yes.
Piss off.
Piss off. Get out of there. I've got it. Protect me.
So, you know, they become your rivals in a nice way.
Sure.
But you do, I mean, and they'd say the same thing, like there is that Tuggeranong Ainslie kind of rivalry.
Right, okay.
So I think it was very interesting and fitting that the playoff for the grand final was between Ainslie and Tuggeranong.
Take it long now!
Up there! Stay there! Fine.
Players over here, just one line, okay? Lay your hands on your paper.
Never give up. Because when you're playing footy, and it doesn't matter how buggered you are, how tired or how much you're hurting, you never ever stop. You keep pushing yourself and pushing yourself, and that gives you like mental strength that you can use anywhere in life. And also the whole shepherding thing, like you really look after each other, and you sort of take that off as well. You sort of look after your mates. Yeah.
Definitely just what it is to have true friends. I think I've made the most truthful and just wonderful people through football, and I know that they'll stick by me. And the fact that you have to trust these people on the field to hit someone if they're on your tail, or tell you that there is some big girl about to smash you. Right. You sort of need those girls, so you sort of build up this trust that you wouldn't build up with a normal friend off the field, and it's different. And it really is putting your body in someone else's hands every time you step out onto that field. And I think just friendship, I've learned a lot about friendship and working as a team, and just looking after your mates, I suppose.
Ainslie's pretty.
Sean, can we have a ball? We can take turns.
Bright orange, 1969, vitamin C orange, tangy Tirana, and it's a little two-door, red engine.
Does your car?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Here we go.